Hello everyone, Adrienne here. So I know I have been putting off this review for a long while. I'm so terribly sorry about that. Things have just been super busy in my personal life, getting married in less than a month. Work has been a little crazy, the usual. And, just kind of trying to cope with everything. Things are getting a little crazier, just a little. But I am incredibly happy that I'm going to be finally reviewing this album, Prince of Darkness by Black Angel. I reviewed them within the past few months, and I really liked what I heard, and I was super excited to see what they would come out with next. And if you guys are noticing that the sounds a little bit different from my last video, of course with my previous video I unfortunately had to rely on my camera sound instead of my microphone sound because my fancy microphone that I had for almost 2 years crapped out, and I just think it's been knocked over one too many times. So now I have a new microphone, and it looks and sounds like this. And I really like it, and I'm really hoping that this will work really, really nicely. Really nicely. Maybe it's going to be good for my absinthe ASMR voicing. But anyway, so I decided to have one microphone for my YouTube videos and then one exclusively for singing and for like voiceover work, things like that, so that the big fancy one that is cumbersome and awkward and a pain in the ass to deal with can be put away until it's ready to be used, and then I can have something that's a little smaller, more portable, and still high quality to rely on for my YouTube videos. So if you guys like it, great. I'm going to be actually getting an extension cord for this so that I am able to put it a little bit closer to me, but this will have to do for now. Anyway, back on today's topic. So Black Angel is one of those modern goth bands that deliver an authentic, classically 80s sounding goth, but present it to you in a more palatable package than some 80s goth may be to some people. The fact that I say so often that this band sounds very much like 80s goth, but I still like it, tells you a lot about their sound, and finding that balance can be incredibly difficult. Somehow they achieve that classic 80s goth sound, but do it in a way that the modern listener will be able to enjoy it and not find it to be clunky. It's a great way to continue the legacy of the goth subculture in an authentic way without straying too far from its roots in 80s post-punk. The more people we can get interested in genuine goth music coming out nowadays, the higher the chance that the subculture will continue to endure for another 40 years, possibly more. In case you haven't heard them yet, here's a little clip from their song My Love on their album Prince of Darkness, and this is by far my favorite song on the album, but I wanted to make note that this isn't necessarily representative of their consistent sound. It's a lot more melodic and orchestrally based than a lot of the other songs in this album, but I definitely felt like it was worth sharing because of how damn stunning and beautiful it is. In fact, I'm highly considering adding it to my wedding playlist if I'm able to. So please, just have a listen and take a look.
I'm coming to find you, so totally blind to your love. The air feels so divine, it's so high, it's so sublime, my love. A heart of virtue, ever pure, every moment reassure, my love. I'm coming to meet you, I'll reach out and greet you, my love. Be there to guide me, stand tall beside me.
So let's get into the tracks for this new exciting album, Prince of Darkness by Black Angel. Intro is the first track, and it opens up with wonderful thunderous sound effects with some intermittent screams that blend very nicely into some introductory drum beats, distorted guitar work, and a goosebump-inducing narration to set you up for the album that lies ahead. The second track is Alive and also begins with thunderous sounds that erupt into pulse-pounding drum work and guitars that tell you to get your ass to the dance floor. The vocals are fairly subtle in comparison to the instrumentation, but in a way that fits really, really well. This song really lives up to its name. Serene is next, with some soft yet distorted and slightly screeching guitars that go into a lovely riff and a great beat. Very classic goth rocky, but not in a way that is stereotypical and bores you to death. Not too much to say about this one other than that, but I really like it. Live to Love follows. I talked about this in my previous video on Black Angel, as it was a single serving the purpose of getting everyone excited about this current album, and I really enjoyed it. So go check it out if you haven't already. It's definitely worth a listen. The next track is Turn Around. I like the heaviness and deeper tones that this song offers and how it backs off just a little bit, featuring percussion, bass, and vocals for the verses, and grows in intensity for the chorus sections. Very powerful, very effective, and quite intoxicating. Interlude is a nice middle point in the album, and it's another scene setter, featuring a voiceover sounding very much like an old-timey intermission announcement, with some phonographic distortion and a music box. Short, but again, very effective. Give It To Me follows, blending effortlessly from the previous track with some guitar distortion transitioning into a riff and blossoming with some great drum beats and bass to introduce layered vocals. Again, this sounds sexy and urgent, as if begging your lover for more. I like the intermittent female voiceover toward the end before the chorus comes in one last time to finish the song with a bang. Really nice. The Prince is next, with an ominous voiceover immediately hitting you with incredible instrumentation and soft, tender tenor range vocals and urgent drums and aggressive guitar work. This song is positively sinister, distorted, alive, and dancey as hell. Pun totally intended. Call the Night Part 2 is a reprisal of Call the Night from the previous album. This begins with chordal hits on the piano with very tender, smoky, deep vocals. I suppose it's more like an acoustic version of its predecessor. I guess that's a fair way to put it. There is some synthesizer work alongside the piano and voice, but again, it's so effective and it gives me serious goosebumps. I love the higher piano lines in the bridge section, introducing guitars and drums into the mix. This was really lovely, chilling, and so haunting. The next track is Secretly, and begins with some crooning guitars and bass coming in with some cymbal taps, and eventually brings in some heavier drum work to introduce to the layered voices. It's a bit of lighter fare after the emotional and heart-pumping journey the previous tracks took us on. It's a bit more chill and a nice way to approach the end of the album. The penultimate track is My Love, and starts with some very soft acoustic guitar playing a waltz in 6/8 time signature, which I already love, and it is joined in by bass before the vocals come in. I love the occasional deep, sonorous, heartbeat-like electronic beats dispersed through the song. It's so damn romantic and sexy, I can't stand it. I love the drums coming in toward the end to finish out the song to give even more depth. This song is so incredibly simple, but again, devastatingly romantic and sexy. I think I even heard a bit of pipe organ as well, which makes me like it even more. And I think this is easily my favorite song on the album, even though it may not be representative of the 80s revival sound that they are becoming known for. The final track, Outro, Curtain Call, starts with the sound of thunder and a very strange distorted guitar riff and drums, and a very engaging and fascinating voiceover. They bring back the guitar patterns and thunder that we heard on the introduction, and just fade out with a lovely decrescendo. Really nice, easy way to end the album, I think. I think I enjoyed this album even more than Kiss of Death, which is saying something because Kiss of Death was wonderful in and of itself. I like that they made this not so much of an album, but more like a musical and sensory experience. I really like the use of the scene setting elements, such as the music boxes, phonograph static, thunder, sound effects, voiceovers, and much, much more. I think that is a forgotten element that the cleverer musicians put to use to make their music far more immersive and in some ways kind of intimate. With a lot of the dancey, rocky songs on the album, I really don't think they would be out of place on an 80s night goth DJ set list. I think they would fit right in. By that same token, if the DJ wants to focus their set on newer goth music that has come out within the last decade, this wouldn't be out of place there either because it's a new, fresh, interesting sound to permeate the dance floor with absolute magic. I will leave all of the relevant links for Black Angel and their social media in the description below, so please go check them out. Follow them, buy their merch, buy their music. I am really looking forward to what they do in the future because I've been pretty damn impressed by everything they've done so far. So guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And to my patrons, thank you so much for your support every month. It really means the world to me, and it makes everything I do here so much easier. Like, I was able to spring for this new microphone as well as replacing my other one because of your guys' support. So just know that the money I get from there, from Patreon, it is being invested into elevating this channel to new heights and making it higher quality for all of you as well as my other viewers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so for more videos on goth music, gothic literature, and absinthe reviews, and a little bit more. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that you get notified every single time I make a video. You guys are amazing, I love you, and I will see you guys later. Bye!
Years pass by, no time at all. See the light in your eyes, no second chances, no goodbyes, walls of stone, no chance to fall. I'm coming to see you, I'll reach out and greet you.